Aloha everybody, this is Kai and welcome to Kai's Creatures. So originally I wanted to start off this channel by doing an unboxing of all the animals I got yesterday, but that didn't really pan out because, well, the footage was really clumsy and crappy, so I just said never mind, we're just going to start off by doing an intro to the bug room. So my insect room is inside of what was originally my walk-in closet. Inside of what was originally my bedroom, but this is now an art studio, and the closet is now an insect room. So, immediately inside we've got this little space heater, which is great for a room this size, attached to a thermostat, of course, and a humidifier. Now, normally you probably wouldn't need a humidifier for most of these species that I have, but here in Denver, it's annoyingly dry. Like, it's horrible. Nothing like back home in Hawaii. But yeah, so it is a little cooler and a little drier in here right now than it normally is. I normally keep it at about 85. I have the thermostat set to shut off at 90 because that's just a bit too much. But I actually have the heater off right now because it's a little noisy for recording videos. So I have it turned off for the moment. But normally I have it about 30 to 40% humidity and about 85, 86 degrees. So that's a good temperature for breeding most of these roaches. So now that you've gotten the grand tour of my closet, why don't we have a look at some of the species I'll be keeping. So the first species here is called the ivory roach, Eublaberus distanti. And I must warn you, ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to see much. These guys are just nymphs at the moment, so, you know, roach nymphs, they look like roach nymphs. If we even get to see them. Oh, here's somebody, yeah! There we go. As I said, roach nymphs look like roach nymphs. That's pretty much going to... Hey, here's a little bit bigger one for us. So, yeah. Most of these types of roaches are going to look pretty much the same in their nymph form, and unfortunately all of these are nymphs. So it's going to be a while before I have breeding adults, much less before I'm ready to actually sell babies. But the ivory roaches are absolutely beautiful. So the next species I want to show you I'm much more excited about because I have actual adults, so you can see what the species really looks like and what it's all about. This is Eublaberus posticus, the orange head roach. Let me see if I can't snag one here. Come here. There we go. Whoop. Got a big orange head, looks like a pumpkin. Now, if only the death's head roach had that orange color, then it would really look like a jack-o'-lantern. But overall, I just think this is a really cute, pretty roach species. As you can see, the wings have been chewed a bit. It is recommended that when you keep these guys, you keep them with a bit more protein to eat, as opposed to your dubia roaches that are almost exclusively fruit. These guys will do well on a bit of dog food, cat food, you know, that sort of thing. Bits of meat here and there. They will start to cannibalize each other if they don't have enough protein to go around. So these are a little different than the dubias in that regard, but allegedly they breed faster, so we'll just see if that holds true. So yeah, Eublaberus posticus, the orange head roach. And before I forget, quick shout out to rainbow mealworms for those orange head roaches. I really wanted those. That was like the primary ones I wanted to breed en masse, but I couldn't seem to find them anywhere. So yeah, despite the fact that I got most of these from the same source, the orange heads I got from rainbow mealworms, so that was awesome. Mahalo. So the next species I got here, that I got yesterday, is Hemiblabera tenebricosa, also known as the horseshoe crab roach. Now you might be asking, if you're trying to do a breeding project, why is it in such a small container? Well, I'll tell you the answer to that in a minute. Funny story about that. So these guys, unfortunately, are also just nymphs, and they look like roach nymphs. Most roaches really aren't anything special until they reach adulthood. But that's fine. We all know about that kid who peaked in high school. So, yeah. There are only about 10 of those, and they're pretty little, so that's why they're in there. They'll do some growing out, and they'll be about the size of the orange heads. Hello there. So, I'm going to show you the next set of roaches I got from them yesterday, and the reason why those are in such a small container. This is the one I was most personally excited about. This is Ellipterina javanica, also known as the Halloween hissing cockroach. Pretty obvious why, with that beautiful black and orange striping. Don't run anywhere. I need to look at this one. Hey, you little cutie pie. Yeah, they are beautiful little hissing roaches. Very similar to the standard hissing roach, except they're a different genus and species altogether. And, well, they just look cooler. So the story behind these is, originally these guys were going to go in that little container because there was only 3 of them. I only ordered 3. But I got a bit of a surprise, and see if we can find that surprise somewhere around here. Oh, yeah, see? That surprise. Oh, there's some more movement, yeah. So, one of these girls gave birth in transit, and so I have about 20 to 30 more roaches than I ordered originally. That's why they're in a much bigger container. Also, it was very important to me that I had this screen lid to prevent all those itty-bitty newborn roaches from getting out. They would have gotten out of there. Now, the horseshoe crab roaches I'm not too worried about getting out because they are quite fossorial. They can't climb very well, and even if they could, they generally don't. They are dirt dwellers. It's kind of funny though, they're fossorial considering they're horseshoe crab roaches, and if you know, you know about that whole living fossil thing. So that's almost it for the breeding roaches I got yesterday. The ivories, the horseshoe crabs, and the Halloween hissers all came to me from TC Insects, so shout out to them, thanks for that. The orange heads, like I said, came from rainbow mealworms. Now, I did get one more from TC Insects, but it's a species I already had, and it's just that my only big male died, so I ordered one male from them. So let's start with them, and I'll just show you the rest of the just pet species I have. So this species is the famous Madagascar hissing cockroach, Gomphoderina portentosa. This is one of my females here. Trying to find my best girl though. Hey, there you are. So this is Gina. She is the mother of all that lot. So I accidentally bred these, and that's what gave me the idea to start breeding roaches in general. Unfortunately, the male that sired them is now dead. So I can always tell Gina from the other females because she actually has horns. Unlike this one where you can see there are clearly no horns at all, Gina still has them despite being a female, so she's a bit of a tomboy. But this is the new male that I bought from TC Insects. And he came along with all of the other 3. So, yeah, I did buy one male from them from TC Insects, but the rest of these I already had. But this right here was the beginning of my journey as a roach breeder. Now I'll show you who's up on the shelf today. In here we have a few more of Gina's babies, but there are also probably, I think, some baby centurion and baby warty glowspot roaches in here as well. I just ended up keeping all the baby roaches in the same container at first until I found this netting as a solution to keep them from getting out, because she birthed a bunch of babies quite unexpectedly. And I already had a container that contained my warty glowspot and my centurion nymphs, so I just put them in there. I'm not even sure if those other 2 species are still in there. All I know is some of Gina's babies are still in there. But since roach nymphs look so much the same, I'm not confident I want to put them in there in case they're the wrong species. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what to do at that. Never mind though. But over here, we have 2 little jumping spiders. They're both the same species, Phidippus audax, the bold jumping spider. I caught both of these quite close to my house, as a matter of fact. So this is Lucas, because, you know, you gotta have a jumping spider named Lucas, right? And this little fella, my friend inadvertently named, this is Snoop, because I was literally surveying some of the bushes for other insects, and this little dude ran right up on me and started throwing his little gang signs. Bold as brass, so I don't know, he was just so gangsta, my friend ended up naming him Snoop. So yeah, so there's that. And here I have an ox beetle larva, which I'm not gonna bother digging him out. He looks like a beetle grub. You know what a beetle grub looks like. And this container here is one of my favorite bugs of all time. This is Rhombodera megara, the giant Thai mantis. Thai shield mantis, I should say. Which, she's just a little baby at the moment, but she's going to be an absolute monster one of these days. So that is it for the bug room. I actually have a few more things that are coming, probably later today actually. But I also have a few more things out in the studio, but we'll save that for another day. This is just a tour of the bug room. So, thanks for stopping into Kai's Creatures. I'll see you in the next one. Mahalo.
Like and subscribe.